Good evening, everyone. I haven't posted anything for a few weeks because I've been away with a death in the family, and I just wanted to encourage somebody today, and I wanted to encourage someone with some of the things that I was thinking about today, and those things were how I've developed through therapy, number one. And also a better awareness of, where I am in a situation. Being able to define how you feel in a situation has great reward. Being honest with yourself about how you feel about a situation has even greater reward. A lot of times I noticed that when I get into an unfair situation or a place where I'm not very comfortable with things outside of my control, I tend to have a pity party. Like, why me? Why do I have to go through this? Why am I the one that has to deal with this? Why do I have to experience this right now? I haven't done anything to anybody, and I don't deserve this. I know a lot of us think that way. But when I was on my way home today, I thought about, the rest of the world. Everyone else goes through things. Everyone else has struggles. Everyone else has problems, and what we do is we become stale in a pity party. We become stuck in a mentality where we're trying to understand and validate ourselves throughout a situation in which we have no control over. So thus the situation in a lot of ways defines who we are subconsciously. Well, I'm going through this because sometimes we just go through. Sometimes there are some things that just happen to us that aren't fair. It's life. It's the human condition. But what I found to be the most promising in this thinking pattern, what I was, processing in my mind on the way home, is that we have to develop a mentality that causes us to shift our perspective when we're going through. Okay, this is happening to me right now. I can't change it. What am I going to do to help myself? What am I going to do to ensure that I am peaceful in this situation, right? Like, that's really hard to do because we're trying to get out of the situation instead of going through the situation. And it makes it difficult for our spirits. We can't sleep at night. We can't eat. We don't know. And the reason why you can't eat is because you think it shouldn't be happening to you. You think it's unfair. The reason why you can't sleep is because you don't understand how to get out. There are certain things that you won't be able to get out of. There are certain things that you won't be able to get through until that specific time for you to get out has come. Sometimes the time is short. Sometimes it's a little longer than we expected. But I have to learn how to sit through something that is uncomfortable. And for me, I don't like to be uncomfortable because I will get up and I will just bounce in a minute. But I've learned with the help of some of my mentors and, the people that are closest to me, Michelle, you've got to walk this out. You've got to walk this out because you have to learn something from it. There is wisdom in every situation, good, bad, indifferent, fair, unfair. There is wisdom in everything. And having this type of perspective puts you in a posture to fight. Instead of complaining, instead of saying, you know what, this ain't fair, I don't deserve this, I don't need this, shut up and fight. And we fight with the right perspective. We fight with prayer. We fight by remembering the promises of God. We fight by remembering what God brought us from before. We fight by understanding that if God be for me, who can be against me? We fight with the understanding that in my weakness, God's strength is made perfect. We fight with the fact that we understand that we were established and we were formed and our success was formed before we were even born. God knew us before we were even born. So nothing goes against God's word. Nothing that we go through can challenge God's word. So if it's hard, remember that all things work together for the good of those that love the Lord. If it's difficult, remember that we are like the palm tree that is by the river. I think it's in Psalm somewhere. And the winds will blow and rain will fall. The seasons will change. But the roots of that palm tree will cause the tree to never be broken. We cannot be broken. And with this type of perspective, there is nothing that we cannot face. There is nothing that we cannot beat because we are victorious. We were victorious before we were born. We were victorious before the situation even started. So if I get into a situation and if I see a situation that's coming up that's uncomfortable, that's unfair, that gets on my nerves, that is full of chaos, I have to remind myself, we have to remind ourselves that with God, all things are possible. Nothing can challenge that. Nothing will challenge, nothing will defeat that word in itself. And we have to remember and feed our spirits the things, if it's the Bible, it's the Bible. If it's whatever it is. You know, the positivity is it comes from a loving place, and God is love. And we have to just speak those things to our spirits no matter what it looks like. No matter what's in front of us, we are more than conquerors. If we all were able to get to the place where we could be peaceful in a storm, where we could be relaxed and content with all things, no matter what was happening, no matter if we had a horrible boss, no matter if we have horrible employees, no matter if we have a horrible a family that treats us horribly, to be consistent in peace is the purpose. It is the point. Well, what's wrong with her? Why she ain't upset? Well, what's wrong with her? Why she ain't giving up? Why she ain't quit? Because I know that nothing is too hard for God. And I remember so many things that I've gone through myself already. I'm young still, and I've always won because I've learned to trust God, and I've learned to stop feeling so sorry for myself and to shut up and fight. So I'm a little bit on fire right now. It's so much. I got so much energy. I got so much. I don't know. It's like a burst of combusting like fire to just know that I'm gonna be all right, and so will you. So, you know, I really want you to just relax. If you can, get some help. Find somebody that's been through it before. Learn from them. Listen to them. And don't dismiss a person just because you think they're not qualified to help you. Because there are some people that won't have the credentials that you're looking for that will be able to help you. They have experience. So God bless you. I love you, and have a good night.